Okay, so just doing a bit of a mushroom ID. Now, sometimes you can ID mushrooms very precisely, and other times not so precisely. Now, I'm going to be showing you some pictures of the precise identification, and it really is beautiful when this happens like this. So, as I was saying in a previous video about these horse mushrooms, now look what we've got here. We've got this one here looking almost identical to that one there, yeah, save for the stipe's been removed. Then this here with the exact same colours, this ridge going down the centre just like that one. And then when we get a cap like this, this is a little bit older than that one there, but let me see if I can find a newer one. No, I don't have a newer one. Say for this one here, but we can pretty well say that, oh okay, yeah, they are like that. And then the yellow stainer, look at this one here, and then look at this one here, and then when we've got this one and we compare it with this one, how it's yellow right at the end here and yellow right at the end here. And then when we have this one up here, this crescent mushroom, and so they have all of the very obvious telltale marks. And you see the yellow stainer tends to have a thinner stipe, like these all have got thinner stipes, whereas this one, it has more of a robust stipe. And I can gather up a few others which them being young, they're not as thick as this one, but there are others like this which are, and then like this which are. And so when we look then at all the variables, we can go, well, this one has a thicker stipe like this one here, but the most important distinguishing feature is that these ones, they spoil very vividly yellow and these ones don't. And so what I like to do with all of these mushrooms is we cut them in half and we have a look at if there's any discoloration. And then with these ones there's no discoloration either, which is a curious thing. You can bruise the outside and they'll go yellow, but the inside they won't. Now when you look at the colour, pink and pink, very similar. Look at these colours here, very similar colours, aren't they? This one also, it has this line going down the centre of it, whereas this one also does. So when we look at the pinkiness, look at the pink flesh, very, very similar, isn't it? And so the only distinguishing feature that we could say is the yellow staining. Now that's all well and good. Going to turn over now to the other find of the day, which was this one. Now this one is poisonous, possibly deadly. And when we look at this one here, pretty well got a good ID on that one, huh? And then when we look at the top, we can see that, oh yeah, we've got your number, mate. And then when we look at how the gills come up from the stipe, they're joined at the stipe, you see, where most mushrooms are not. And so we have a very positive ID on that one. And so I've just cut this one, and we've got some red bruising going on. And so I'm very happy. That one's called a brown roll rim. Now you'll remember I'm saying that, yeah, it's kind of unusual. It's not unheard of, but you know, to have this roll rim going like that, and it's got these grooves in it. And so I haven't found any of those before. And so that was cool, that was satisfying. The only thing that looks a little bit remotely like it is this one. It's got the roll rim. But there's quite a lot of differences. This one's kind of like distorted in their growth, in their shape, and it's very thick on the base, and you've got two coming out of the same stipe, and the stipes are much thicker. So yeah, that was a good day's find. And these, they're all good, and I could put a couple of these with some bacon and eggs, but let's have a look at that one. That one again, you can see this sort of thing going on, yeah? See the difference? Well, the similarity, sorry. Around the membrane, it's cogged. Yes. So, even though mushrooms are not my favourite food, and it's kind of like, what are you going to eat mushrooms with? Eggs and bacon. It's kind of like, well, how often do I do that? Not very often. I'll make bacon butties once every couple of months, and they are absolutely awesome. Big lashings of thick butter, and then I have tomatoes and mushrooms, and brown sauce, and wow, absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, so the thing is for me is the identification of those, to know, to understand, to be able to observe and just know the world about me, you know, in a natural, naturistic way. That's what get my rocks off. I don't get my rocks off on atoms and molecules and quarks and quavers and neutrinos and all that. You know, they're only in imagination. They're not in reality, are they? I don't want to live completely in imagination and math. It's not my bag, baby. I'm a naturalist, and so, well, there you have it. Possibly deadly poisonous. How deadly? That's what I want to know. How deadly are you? It'd be nice to have found some younger ones, so they're not so old and discoloured. But that's a good find. Happy with that. So if you've got any finds and pictures, you know, you could post them, send me them in an email or something like that. Some people do. So he's still a kip now in the old hoodie. I'm gonna have to start charging him rent. You know, he just like eats and then he goes back to bed. He's not productive. He doesn't do no dusty and all, no cleaning up. In actual fact, it's a bit messy, to be fair. And I'm looking at him thinking, yeah, by the time you paid rent, buddy.